What's up guys, hope you're all doing great. This is Kobe Shots and I'm back again with another video. Today we are going to look at a very simple setup of a product shoot of a wristwatch that I got from town that I'm going to take pictures of. Sometimes very funny what creatives do. We normally find the most grungiest and the most unusual items and we take photographs of and bring them out and make them look very pleasing, even better than how it used to be when it was new. So just in the same way, I'm going to be working on this kind of vintage look of a wristwatch that that looks shiny, and I'm gonna add some few things to make it look pleasing even though it's old and it's used. So I have here with a simple setup my perfume, and I have my jeans, blue jeans, so that it works with the color of the wristwatch. And I also have behind the whole composition glass to give a little bit of character from the reflections that it can give with the light that I have behind it. Talking about the light, I have a ring light here and I have a key light to light myself up so you can see me. But I have a flash, which is a Godox, I think the V850II. Yes, that's what I've been using for quite some time, and I'm using it for today's setup as well. I have a softbox, a 95 centimeter Godox softbox, just like this, actually an octabox, and that's exactly what I'm using for my flash. So I can soften the light and give myself a very soft lighting for the shoot. So let us get right into the shoot. With the composition, I decided to go with a little bit of, some turned to the side right there in the background of the wristwatch, and I shoved the hand of the wristwatch right in the pocket of the jeans so that it can all come together as one piece to give it a little bit of a pleasing look, so it doesn't look normal or usual, but something to give it character. And one thing I also have to put across is that it's very important to always have the time telling 10:10, so that it shows all the details, especially the brand name, as well as it leaves the quartz that's normally below or right above the number 6, so it gives it visibility so that nothing blocks the way. I'm sure you can see that I have my second hand a little bit behind the 7, which isn't a problem actually because you can still see the quartz. So with these said, let's get right into the shoot, and afterwards I forgot to mention I'll be going through a post-production process using just Photoshop, be tweaking the blue color as well as some few things that are very instrumental here, and add some bit of color grading to it so that the whole vintage look comes to life. So let's get right into it. Alright, so with my settings, I'm going to be shooting with a shutter speed of 1/500 and an f-stop of f3.5. Because I'll be going close to a small product, I need to have my f-stop a little bit deep so that even though I get close to it, I'm still going to get a little bit of a shallow depth of field. So I'm not going all the way to, let's say, f6.3, but I'm going to maintain f3.5 for a little bit of a shallow depth of field, as well as somewhere in the middle to give more detail in the distance and focus. So let's take the first image. Okay, so our first image looks kind of good, but let me position the wristwatch a little bit to face the light just some more so I can catch that reflection that oozes all the way down the glass. All right, it's also very important when you're working with shiny objects to bring the reflection, otherwise it looks flat, as if there's no glass present with the design of the product. So in this case, using a wristwatch, there's glass in front of it, and I have to give that shiny look to the glass so that you see the existence of a glass in front of the time. Okay, so let's do this. Alright, so I think shooting in a horizontal orientation or in landscape is going to, of course, be good, but it's showing so much of my background, which is a black surface over here, which I don't think it looks pleasing to me so much. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to turn the orientation into the vertical mode or the portrait mode so that I can fill my whole frame and have the width narrow enough to omit the black surface as a background out of the image. So let's just do this. Okay. All right. I think it looks much better. Yeah, so much better. All right, so this is my demonstration of how I took my product photograph of this wristwatch, and you can check out the image on my Instagram page. Follow me up and look forward to other pleasing images that I'll be sharing with you, as well as videos that I also create. I'm a filmmaker together being a photographer, so all the things under filmmaking and photography is what I do. So if you're interested in what I do, please subscribe to my channel and check out all the videos that I have. I'm sure because you may be new, you haven't checked them out. So please kindly check out my other videos that I have here on my YouTube channel, and do me a favor by subscribing and turning the post notification button on so that you'll be notified of future videos that are yet to come. So with the images taken, let us head straight to the editing software and get our images edited. Alright guys, welcome to Photoshop. That's what I'm gonna be using to edit this picture. So the first thing that I normally do anytime I have an image that has a lot of blue in it is that I always make sure that my luminance is a little bit opened up, so that when I give it that teal look that you see in my image, to make it look cool. Alright, so let's revert it back and start from the top with a little bit of color correction. So in this image, what I think I see is a lot of contrast in there, because you see a lot of highlights here and a lot of shadows down here. You see all that created by the light that I shone from this direction. Okay, cool. So the first thing that I am gonna do is to open up a little bit of the shadows to bring out the details that I lost, and increase the highlights just a little bit. Then I'll boost the clarity a little bit this way, not too much. If you boost the clarity too much, it's gonna look somewhat grungy, which isn't what I want at the moment. So I'm gonna keep it right over here. I think this looks decent, and I'll increase the vibrance just a little bit because I really want the colors in here to pop. Now let's move on to the HSL, where I'm going to manipulate my colors that are present in the image at the moment. So I'm going to increase the saturation just a little bit and increase the yellow in there as well as the orange. And I'll of course increase the blue because I think that's the dominant color in this image. And check my hues and send it all the way to the left towards the teals. And I think, yeah, the luminance, let me boost the yellows a little bit so that they can also pop as much as the blue, because they are actually all very visible and they need to be given the attention that they need to have. So I think we are done with the little bit that we can do in the camera raw filter, and let's go straight into Photoshop. And the image is open for further processing. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is to create curves layer over here. Then I'll increase and bring in a little bit of a haze so that I crush the shadows and bring the detail a little bit in there, still giving it that kind of a foggy look or a hazy look. And I'll bring in a layer of levels. I'm gonna push in the levels towards the darks just a little bit this way, and open the exposure, increase it just a little bit so that you can still see every detail in there perfectly well. All right, so I think basically the little bit that I needed to do to bring this image to life is what I have just done. So let me give it a little bit of a vibrance So it brings out every color, every individual color, as well as the saturation. Then I think I'll increase the curves a little bit, just to give it more haze and more vintage character to the image. So yeah, basically this is how I edited the image. So yeah, basically this is how I would normally edit a picture with a lot of blues in there. Every picture has different characteristics due to the colors that they may have, as well as the contrast that you see present in the image at any given time. So every picture deserves attention in a different way depending on the colors that you can see or the characteristics that the picture has overall. So thank you very much for sitting through to the end of this video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and turn on the post notification button so that you'll be notified the next time I post a new video here on my YouTube channel. Until the next video, have a wonderful day. See ya.